remorse. Obliterate me from this limbo! Answer me! Which way shall I scream? Filled with infinite despair and wrath, being tormented by an unmerciful being. The only recourse left to me is to throw is set. The day